Ross the Boss and Heather Deprey here. This right here is the new pump. It's a little bit longer than the old pump. It's the old pump. Something's wrong with the diaphragm, so it wouldn't shut off. So I'm going to install the new pump. This one says made in the USA. This one says made in Mexico. Well, this is kind of disgusting, but there's mouse droppings all by the water pump. Look at it all back there. Now, I didn't know that, because it was kind of deep down in there and this thing was over it. Guys, I put a fuse breaker on there, a heat fuse, so when it gets hot it pops. Because there wasn't one on there, I had one, an extra one, so I said what the heck. So I got the pump installed. It's all good now. It's in there nice and tight. Hopefully, I'm going to fill only a little bit of the tank up, so just in case I have to redo this or something happens, the seal doesn't seal right, then I don't have to drain the whole tank, you know. City water is always nice, guys. Trust me, go to these campgrounds, there's well water, and the city water is so much nicer. Okay, water's hooked up. Let's give it a shot. Whoops, I just hooked it up to the wrong tank. Hooked it up to the city water supply. Now I gotta hook it up on the other supply. Whoops. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill it up just a little bit, for about 2 inches of water in a tank, 1.5 inches, and hit the pump. Because if it leaks, I don't want to have to drain the whole tank. Okay, the water line's like right there, so I can get water. It's not leaking so far. I put these on pretty tight. So I'm going to put this camera here and keep the pump. I'm going to put this camera here with the mic down. Okay, it's sucking in water now. Alright, shut up. Stop. What the hell are you doing? There's no leaks. I don't get it. Why are you cycling? There is no leak. Stop cycling. Can't figure out why the pumps make cycling like that. I mean, I got everything worked perfect. There's no leaks. I checked everything. I checked the sinks. It's cycling, man. It won't stop cycling. I don't know what the hell's going on. Driving me nuts, though. Okay, now it turns on. Shut it off. It shut off. And it turned back on. It shouldn't do that. It should shut off and stay off. Now I gotta figure that out now, guys. I don't know why it's doing that. Pump is cycling, and that means there's a leak usually. But there's no leak. I checked everywhere. Nothing's wet. There's no air coming in before the pump. There's no reason that thing should cycle at all. Problem is I'm going to figure it out tonight, and I'm going to post this video after I figure it out. So I don't even know why I'm asking, kind of like asking for help in a way. But I don't need the help because I'll figure it out. I don't know what I'm talking about. Did you figure anything out, Fred? This is the joys of owning an RV.
Once again, guess whose fault this one was?
It wasn't my fault.
It wasn't mine, it was his.
Listen, no one told me they put the outside shower and they kept it cracked open just enough to let the air pressure out so the damn pump would go on. No one told me. I don't know who did that.
You?
Doodle. Or Gizzy. Izzy or Doodle.
And he makes me come in here to help him try to figure it out.
So, these instructions were useless when outside water's on. I went over there to turn. She said, put more water in the tank. So I put more water in the tank, and all of a sudden I'm like, what the heck's dripping under the RV? And I looked to the right, and the shower's on outside.
It takes a woman to figure it out.
So, here you go. That's the deal. So, everything's working now. The pump is off. I get to put the bed back together. Not a drop. And that's about it. So, get this stupid bed out of my way. Let's see here. Boom! Off. Okay guys, I'm not a total idiot. It did need to be changed. I keep saying it didn't, but it did. Because every time we turn the shower water on, it would go it would cycle. We'd have to actually keep the kitchen sink open a little bit and the shower on low, or it'll cycle. So something was wrong with the bladder. diaphragm inside the pump. I don't care. I could have got a new diaphragm, but I replaced the whole pump because it was 15 years old. So, matter of fact, it was time to be changed. So, I feel a little better now.
Like us and share us. You know you'll find us funny.